Good morning and welcome to the replay. If you are watching after Monday, December 21st at 10:18, you're probably catching on replay. Otherwise, I am live, so welcome. I will be with you in just a moment. Just sharing this out to a couple of places and we will get started. Almost done. Okay, one more spot and we are good to go. Done. Share here. Okay. All right, we are good. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is December 21st, about 4 days before Christmas is here. And I know that there are some designers that are out there sharing Valentine's Day designs with you, but I'm not quite ready for that. So I think I'm going to do a Christmas project with you guys. And this one is going to be really fun. I know we've done this technique before, but it's been a while. So I think it's going to be fun to see how this looks. So let me get my camera started and we will get going right away. I am going to put a link in here to the products that we're using today. So if this is something that you like, are local to me, I do have some of these products in stock. Some of them I don't. Some of them you might already have, so that would be awesome. But there is a link in the comments to the products that I'm using today. So take a peek and let me know while we're going if you have any questions at all. I'm happy to answer for you. All right, so let me get this going here and we are good. We're good to go. Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, so today I'm using a transfer called Nativity Window. This is so pretty, and I've gone back and forth about what I was going to do with it, but I finally figured out I'm going to do like a stained glass effect on this. Have you guys seen that before? Have you seen the stained glass effect? And I'm using, I cannot think of what the name of this surface is to save my life right now. So I will let you know. It's called a Odette board. I'm sorry about that. And these come in several different sizes. The one we're using is 9 by 12. So this might be something that you already have at home. One of the things I like about this, it's very different. It's got this decorative kind of farmhouse style frame. And it has a white chalkboard surface, which is really fun to work with. So this is a Nativity Window Transfer. And I'm just going to remove it from my package. I always try to save the packaging that it comes in because after you're done using your transfer, you can wash it and dry it and replace it into the package. And that way, it keeps it nice and safe and clean and keeps it from getting damaged. So, again, I don't know if I have a marker handy. I keep leaving them at my shop, so I guess I don't have one today. So the first thing I usually do is write on the back. I always write on the back sides of my carrier sheets because the back side of this has kind of a dull finish to it, and the side that's actually attached to the transfer is very slick and slippery, like so. The transfer is very sticky, so using the slick side of it keeps it from sticking too tightly to the matte side. Writing on the back just simply helps to remind myself not to reattach it to the matte side. So some of our transfers come in and they're super, super sticky. This one isn't terribly sticky, but I am going to do something called fuzzing with it. And fuzzing is actually attaching a towel or a t-shirt or something to it so that just a little bit of lint sticks to the sticky part of the transfer. Sometimes they're so sticky they can be really difficult to remove. Other times I would fuzz so that if I'm doing a layering project so that the second layer of chalk doesn't pull up the first layer. So we're going to fuzz this just a little bit, and you can lay it on top of the towel or you can lay the towel on top of the transfer. It doesn't really matter. If you're using a really large transfer, I do recommend putting the towel on top though, just because there's less of a chance of getting your sticky transfer stuck to itself. So just a little tip there. All right, so this has been fuzzed a couple of times. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there is a little tiny crack right here. Somebody in my family dropped my board and cracked it, but that's okay. It's all good. It's just going to add to the rustic look of it, right? So another reason why I like to use this Odette kind of surface is that having all these little angles makes it easier to line things up and center them. So I do like that about this kind of the surface. So I've got my transfer down, the sticky side down, and I'm just going to go over that with my squeegee. And this is just working out any little air bubbles, bumps, or folds. Sometimes you'll have a bump in there, which can actually cause a bleed in your transfer when you, can I talk today? It can cause your transfer to bleed just a little bit. Not the worst thing in the world if you're working on a chalkboard surface like this one, because you can clean just about anything off and make it beautiful. So to create this stained glass window effect, I'm going to be using a couple of different chalk paste colors. I'm going to be using black velvet. I'm also going to be using a blue and a green and a pink. You can do this in any colors that you want, but right now I have eucalyptus and I have a shade of blue which I can't identify because they didn't put a label on the bottom. However, I did put a link to a similar color in the comments. I'm also going to be using a color called Peony. So we're using sort of like kind of soft colors for the stained glass part of it. But that's going to come next. We're going to work on the transfer itself by starting with the black velvet. Oh, this is very dusty. You can see all the little chips falling off everywhere. So when you first open your jar, you want to give it a really good stir. This is a deep jar, so I'm going to use a bigger. This is called our multi-tool, and it's really great because you can stir with either side of this. This side with this kind of like a crochet hook look on it, you see that? It's great for getting underneath the rim of your jars. This one you can stir with, but it's also got a tiny squeegee on the end, so both ends are very, very useful. Your chalk paste, you want it to be about the consistency of cake batter or sour cream, whichever you prefer. And this one feels just a little thicker than I like it. So I'm going to add a bit of distilled water from a spray bottle. I do recommend that you use distilled water rather than tap water because sometimes your tap water can have a bacteria in it and it can cause your chalk to get moldy. So just another little tip, get some distilled water. I bought a gallon of it, I don't know, a year or so ago, and I've still got lots left. So that's better, nice and creamy. All right, that's ready to go. I need to blow the chalk dust off of here before I get started. If you're just popping in, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're coming from. And if you are a first-time viewer. I know I did not post that I was going live this morning. Just kind of an impromptu thing. I had a little time. I do have to go pick up my car. My two of my tires are like sad, beyond sad, and we needed to replace at least 2. They wanted me to replace 4, but I'm like, let's wait a little bit. Let's just wait. Christmas is next week, and I'd rather not have to deal with another big bill. So anyway, there we go. I'm trying to get you a little bit straighter in here. All right, so I'm using a small squeegee, and I'm just going to cover all of the areas where you see the white showing through. In those areas, there is a very fine screen that runs through the whole design, which gives it all of these details. I'm going to hold this up just a little bit so that you can see there's actually like little rustic marks all the way around this. This is going to be so cute. I'm excited to do it. But having that screen is what allows you to have all of those details. If you were trying to use a stencil, it just wouldn't look the same. You wouldn't get all the detail that you would here. So I'm using a small squeegee. This is a little rubber guy. And I'm going to scoop out some of that chalk paste. I'm working with a big jar. This used to be one that they had just available for designers because we use a lot of certain colors like black, white, gray, any of those neutrals. But we found that it was a little hard to get in there and you kind of make a mess all over yourself. So I'm just going to start by plopping this down on my transfer, not trying to stay in the lines at all. And you just spread your paste over the whole design. It's as simple as buttering toast. So you don't have to cover all of the teal area, just the areas where the white is. It's very simple. I'm using chalk paste, which is not paint at all. It is a kind of a creamy form of chalk that goes on wet. Dries hard in a matter of minutes, so you do have to work pretty quickly with it. But it is water soluble, so after the holidays, I can wash this right off of my chalkboard. If you are using it on a surface that is porous, though, sort of like wood, chances are that it will be really, really hard to get off. But you can use this on chalkboards, metal, glass, windows, anything smooth and non-porous. Most likely you can wash it right off. I'm going over the whole design right now with my squeegee and kind of scooping up all of the extra that was left behind. You want a nice thin coat. So I'm scooping out all of the excess and putting it back into the jar for my next project. Very, very little waste. All right, here we go. All right, so as soon as your design is covered, and it is, we're going to peel the transfer off, starting at the corners. But as soon as you can grab it from the center, the better. If you keep pulling from the corner, there's a really good chance you're going to stretch your transfer. So try to get it from the center areas and just give it a nice, easy, low and slow pull like so. This is the magic part. Isn't that pretty? I don't know about you guys, but I could not draw anything like this. Isn't that sweet? So sweet. Okay, so I'm just attaching my transfer to the side of my table. I'm going to wash up my hands a little bit before I go any further, but we're going to dry this. And you can do a few different things to dry your paste. As I said, it will dry quickly. So, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes from now, this will be solidly dry. However, if you want to go a little faster than that, like I usually do, oh my gosh, this stuff is drying really quickly on my hands today, but that's okay. I look like I've been busy working, right? You can use a hairdryer, or you can use a heat tool, and just give this a quick couple of minutes with your dryer. So I am using a heat tool, which a lot of times is used for embossing with cards and other craft things, but it works really, really well. But you do have to keep in mind that you want to keep it moving and not sit still in one place for too long. It can actually cause your chalk paste to burn. Learned that one the hard way. So keep it moving. And again, you can just let this air dry if you'd rather, or you can use your hair dryer. That was pretty easy, huh? All right. So now we're going to go in and give it that stained glass look. All right. Done. I'm going to cover up my chalk paste. You want to try to keep your jars closed as much as possible because exposing them to air causes them to thicken, and sometimes if your lid isn't tight for a long time, it'll actually dry it really, really hard in the jar. And that is not the best thing to happen. So, yes, I do have chalk dust everywhere. All right. So the colors again that I chose are this pretty shade of blue and eucalyptus. Yeah, I don't have the name of that color on my jar, and this does not look too happy. Let's see if I can stir it up a little bit. It looks a little thick to me, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, this isn't too thick. I can bring this one back, but I only need a little bit. So what I'm going to do is scoop some of this out and put it in the lid of my jar. I'm going to use this as my paint palette today. So I'm going to scoop that in, and I'm going to add a little bit of that distilled water that we used before. And I'm going to thin this until it's about the consistency of acrylic paint. Or maybe a little bit lighter than that. You want it to be able to flow pretty easily across your design. Okay. That looks pretty good. And what I'll do is I'll take a paintbrush and we are going to fill in the open areas of this kind of stained glass look that we have here. I've done this a few times before. Sometimes you need to do another you can go over the top of it where we've already chalked with the black and put another coat on top of it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But I'm going to get started with this, and I think I don't want to have too much paint in this project. I mean pink, I should say. So I think I'm going to start and put the greens on these big areas here, and then maybe some more down here. So here we go. This might be a little too thick still. We'll see. So I'm just kind of floating this around. I don't want to get it right against the black. That can actually reactivate the black chalk and make it start to get a little bit blurry. So you want to kind of try to stay a little bit away from the edges if you can. But there's nothing you can't fix. So again, if you cross the line there, we can always go over that with the black outlines again. So stained glass is never even, and neither should your paste. So don't worry about it if it doesn't look perfectly smooth. It looks pretty good. What do you think so far? So far, so good. I'm liking it. I am going to thin this just a tiny bit, a little bit more. That's pretty good. All right. So we're going to do the opposite side over here with the green. And this is really simple, you guys. Just take your time and enjoy the process because it's really fun to do this. So if you are watching, if you wouldn't mind, one of the best compliments that you can give me is if you will hit that SHARE tab on in your computer or your phone and let other people that you know see how much fun and how easy this is to do. It really is pretty simple. Okay. There, we've got our second section of green done. Just going to smooth that out just a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about it if it's not perfect because stained glass usually isn't, right? All right, I do have a cup full of water right here that I'm putting my my brush into, and I'm going to cover that for now and maybe work on another color for a little bit. So, hello, is it Alina? What a pretty name you have. Thank you. Have you seen this before? I'm scooping up some of the blue and we're going to water that down just like we did with the green. Just trying to get a nice spreadable, oops, I just lost my computer. What happened here? Okay, I think my battery died. I don't think so because my light is still on. What in the world? All right, let me put my comments on here so I can see. Yep, my battery died. Oh, that didn't last long. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to just go and get my plug and then we will be back in business. Hang in there with me. All right, I'm back. I'll be right there. I don't know what is going on with my computer, but my battery lasts for about 10 minutes lately. It's not a good thing. All right, let's see if we can get our lights back on and everything. How annoying is that? All right, so while my computer is warming back up, I am going to continue stirring up this blue. And really, you guys, you could do this in any colors that you want. You can do your traditional reds, greens, and golds. You can use your shimmers. Any colors that you want into your project. Let's see. There, looks like I'm back. Okay. I was back. What in the world? Okay, let's go back. Sorry about this, guys. Annoying to me, believe me. All right, so we're going to go in with the blue and go up to this area. We'll just start filling this section here. Again, I'm not making any fuss with this. I'm just spreading it around. I think I'm going to need more of that. Okay. So you guys, I'm always curious to know what people's favorite Christmas music is. This project is kind of special to me because my favorite Christmas song is actually Mary Did You Know, which is by the Pentatonics. Whoops, let me see. And I actually had it on this morning. I just love that song. It's kind of a newer one, but I think it's going to be a favorite for a long time with a lot of people. Okay. This isn't as floaty as the blue for some reason. I mean the green. What on earth is going on here? Okay, I think I'm back. Gosh. Really? I'm sorry, it looks like my, I don't know what it is. I can't seem to get on my page lately. Hello, hello, I see I have a couple people with me. Now, you can see the comments. There they are, I think. All right, there we go. Woo! There's nothing like being in the middle of a live demonstration and everything goes haywire, right? All right, so, Alina, you're still with me. Tell me what your favorite Christmas song is. Yeah, actually, I love the Pentatonics. It's an a cappella singing group. And when I first started my designer team, everything chalk related seemed like it was taken by other teams. And I don't know how it popped into my head, but I ended up calling my team the Chalkapellas. Yep. I do love a cappella singing. What do you think? So far, so good? I'm going to hold that up a little bit. Oh my gosh, my job. I love my job. How many people can say they love their job like I do? All right, so I think I'm going to go blue down here also on these two side pieces. Yeah, how many people get paid to craft and to do what they love? It's the bomb. I love sharing this with other people. I think when I was born, I had a crayon in my hand, and I was always making something. When I played school, I was the art teacher. I tried a lot of different crafts in my days. I did like cross stitch. I've done a little bit with acrylic painting. I started taking classes when I had 2 babies at home. And my husband traveled, so it was really hard for me to get to my classes. So I ended up stopping that and doing a little bit on my own. But we didn't have the internet like we do now. We couldn't like YouTube how to float paint or anything like that. So I love it. I love my job. And part of my job is also helping other people, other women mostly, start their own businesses too. So Sharon, if that's something you might be interested in, please let me know because we are looking for some people. And there are different ways that you can run your businesses. I do some in-person project workshops here in Massachusetts. It's a little difficult right now during COVID, but I do very small classes, and we are socially distant, and we're masked and sanitized and all that good stuff. But I do also use social media as a platform to show people how to use this product. So my company's about 3 years old. They are fantastic. I can't say enough good about the people I work with. There we go. What do you think so far? Pretty? I love it. All right, what else do I need? I'm going to put this away for now and bring in a little bit of that pink. I don't think baby Jesus will mind having pink in the manger, do you? Oh, Silent Night. Oh my gosh, I love that one too. All right, those are your favorites. Tell me do you have a least favorite Christmas song? I actually do. Shame to admit it, but there's one that annoys me. Right? Yes, if you want to know what it is. Okay, I'm using a paste packet right here. This is sort of like a sample that I use for my bundles and things like that. But this one just has a little bit in it, actually more than I probably am going to need. But they're great for a little project such as this. All right, can you guess what my least favorite song is? It's just one that kind of like, oh, every time I hear it, I'm like, let it be over. I'll tell you that it is not a church hymn. Most of those I like pretty well. Ooh, this looks nice. Okay, now, where's my other? Here it is. Let's put some pink in the manger. Baby Jesus won't mind. I just think it'll look nice with the other colors. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So you can see that I don't have any magical talents here. This is very simple. I'm just floating the paste around, filling in the empty spots. Oh, I love the pink. I really like it. Feliz Navidad. Is that you like it or you don't like it, Alina? Is it Alina or Alina? I'm probably saying your name wrong and I apologize. Let's put some more in there. Whatever it is, it's pretty. It's pretty both ways. Either way you say it. Feliz Navidad. I always, whenever I hear that song, I think of my kids. When they were little, they used to sing, "Fleas on my dog." So it kind of makes me chuckle when I hear it, actually. Not one of my favorites, but I like it. It's all right. So you guys all ready for Christmas? I gotta say, I did pretty well this year. I did a lot of my shopping early. And Amazon is my best friend. That poor guy that delivers to me, he must hate me. All right. Alina. Okay, got it. Love it. That's really pretty. You don't like it. All right, I'll tell you what mine is that I don't like. Should I do pink? Some more pink in there? Yeah, I need to do pink here because there's green and blue on either side. The one that I don't like is the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm like, oh, please let it be over. Whoops, where'd that come from? A piece of my paintbrush just flaked off. You don't want to touch it. It's the same color as my paint. It's all right. Okay, carry on. What colors would you do this in? Would you do different colors? You definitely could use whatever you want. I'm going to turn this a little bit. You're welcome. Okay. Oops, I just crossed the line a little bit. That's all right. We will survive. I'm loving it. I'm loving this so far. All right, I think I'm going to go in again with the green, just under the pink I did. I didn't bring a paper towel, did I? Nope. The green, where'd I put it? Yeah. All right, let's go with some green. Try not to let the same colors touch. Not that they're touching, but trying to separate my colors a little bit here. So today, did you know, is the shortest day of the year? Shortest day, longest night. Does that mean it goes up from here, uphill from here, right? The this is coming out super cool, you guys. I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you for joining me this morning. All right, so if you guys have not heard about this, I have a VIP group that I do specials in. I'm not allowed to do them on my public facing page, which is probably where you're seeing me right now if you're new. But I do sales, and I also post my local events in my VIP group. So if you are from my area, which is Western Massachusetts, you definitely want to be in that group. Otherwise, if you're interested in sales and things, you want to be in there too. So I just put VIP in the comments. Let's see. Who's this? Oh, to get you back. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go back in with the pink because I'm going in between a blue and a green here. I don't think I'm going to mess with the halos around Joseph and Mary. I'm going to leave those white as well as the little star in the middle. It's a little tight right there. Sorry, I have to just turn this a little bit so that I can get these crazy angles I'm having here. Yeah, there's some really tight spots in this part. Yikes. We can do this. Just using the very corner of my brush, and I'm not getting too close to those little hands. So tiny. Okay, yikes. Here we go. Yeah, it's pretty tight right there. I'm just putting a little color down. I'm not trying to even get close to those lines at all. Looks okay though, right? Yeah, looks good. So do you guys have any questions about anything that I'm doing here? If you do, please ask. I'm happy to answer your questions. Okay, now I'm working around Mary. Not too close. I'm really just tapping my brush down in these tight areas. I'm using the corner of the brush mostly. Getting there. I think I should do pink on the outsides here, or should I do a different color? I could put, oops, I could put some green in there, or we could leave it all pink like it is. Okay, we're just about done with these little tight areas. All right, what do you think? Pink on the outsides, or should I go with the green again? All right, I guess we'll go green. Why not? Okay, gonna need a little more water here. We're going green. So after I get this done, I will take a nice picture of it for you to see. I know it's not the best way to see it when I'm working down here, but I'll bring it up close to the camera before I'm done, when I'm done. But I will take a nice photo of it and post it in my group too, my page. Would have been nice if I had like something that says peace on earth or away in a manger, something like that to put on this too, but I didn't think of that until just now. All right, I think it looks pretty done. Cover up my chalks here, and I'm going to dry this a little bit. Oh, you said pink! There's such a delay when I'm live, it's crazy. I don't want to tip this yet. This last bit that I did with the green is a little bit puddly. Thank you. I like it too. So if you guys are new to my page, make sure you turn on the notifications so that you can know when I'm going live again. I'm going to try to go live again tonight, if I can. I have a couple more Christmas presents I want to do, Christmas projects I want to do before it gets too late. As I said, if you are local to me, I may have a few of the items that I'm using tonight in stock, so let me know if you want these. This is a beautiful piece. There we go. All right. She is done. So I'm going to hold it up a little so you can see a little bit closer. Yeah. What do you think, huh? It's beautiful. I love it. All right. So I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning. Again, if you are watching this on replay and you have any questions at all, just put them in the comments and I will get right back to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I do hope you can join me again, possibly tonight, right here in the same place. If you would like to be part of my VIP group, just put VIP in the comments. If you are interested in learning about how you can get a job that you love like I do, just write join in the comments and I will know what you mean and send you some information. No obligation, of course. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.